Hi guys, welcome to the extended version of the Flowing Like Water classes on my YouTube channel. This class is built around the intention of flowing like water. So we're going to work on spinal mobility and hip mobility to get that kind of rolling, flowing sensation moving through the body, really improving the kind of mobility around your hips and your spine. And we're also going to be looking at building strength in the core and building strength in the glutes, as this is really important for stability in many activities in life, but also it kind of links back to the fact that water is a super strong, powerful thing, even though it looks smooth and steady and beautiful. And that's what we want to be, is strong, but also smooth, soft and strong. And we're going to start up with a warm-up that's really going to build awareness of the breath, build awareness of the core, and build awareness of that rolling, waving movement we want to create in the body throughout the practice. It is going to be a longer warm-up than usual, but then when we get into the practice, for those of you that want a challenge, there is going to be a challenge there. For those of you that want to stay on the more smooth, maybe slow, warming down, calming side of the practice, also going to provide options for you there. So this is a great class for everyone. When you're ready, taking a really long, deep breath. Filling the lungs right to the top of the lungs, holding that breath for a second more than usual, and then exhaling it all out. Twice more, really full deep breath, bringing that awareness into the body, anchoring that busy mind that's normally reaching out of us and bringing that experience into the body, that attention to the breath and the body. Another big breath, hold that at the top for maybe 3-4 seconds. And exhale, feel that exhale relaxing the body, bring your awareness back into where you are right now. Okay, we're going to start with some circular movements just to warm up. So for the first circular movement I want is the block of the rib cage. So I want the rest of the body to stay really still. So with an exhale, plug your feet into the ground, energize down. Suck in your low belly, feel that core lifting up and in. Already we're toning or building strength in the body. And we're just going to move the rib cage. So we're going to move it forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. Good. I'm going to use the inhale. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then if we can get it kind of smooth, then we can roll around. Keeping this core and the legs really super, super straight. This feels super weird, but it's great for building mobility through the areas of our spine and the little muscles in our rib cage that we don't usually stretch and move as much. So going both directions. You've got some fun music, maybe dancing to that a little bit. Awesome. And then bringing that rib cage to stillness with an exhale, grounding down back into that strong, straight, grounded, engaged body. And we're going to start moving the hips. So keeping the rib cage still this time, and the hips are going to move forward, back, side. Lovely. I'm worse at this one. So see if you can really isolate the hips. Try and maybe hold the rib cage. Both directions. And then you can bring the knees in as well. So rolling, bending in the knees, keeping them one direction. And then the other. Creating this mobility, we're going to need to do some of our strength work and some of our mobility work, flowing like water. Lovely. Again, on an exhale, find stillness. And then we're going to take the hands out and roll through the shoulders, roll through the hands. Shoulders up, all the way to the limit of your movement. Rolling the wrists, everything rolling, everything moving, getting into those juicy spots that you don't normally stretch. Enjoying moving into areas of your body that maybe stay stagnant while we're not paying attention to them. And everything moves like it's flowing a little bit. Lovely, keeping the rest of your body grounded. Very nice. So now you should feel like nice and slightly more flowy. You can have a little shake out, maybe reach up to the sky, maybe do some circles with the whole of your body. If you're not feeling this weird today, that's fine, do what you like, but it feels really good to just take circles through the whole body, one way and then the other way. Lovely, shake it all out a little bit. We're going to come down to the floor, build awareness of the core, just one moment. One more exercise while we're standing to build awareness of the core. So we've got that nice strong straight shape. Engage the legs, press the feet into the floor, suck up in the core. Lovely. On an inhale, I want you to shift your weight to your left foot. Draw your right knee off the floor. But see if you can do it just by shifting and squeezing into the core. So I'm not lifting the knee. I'm keeping the leg extended. I'm moving weight onto one side of my body. I'm pressing down and activating through that side. And I'm sucking up in the core. So this is the little, you can use the exhale to blow it out, that little engagement. Where the hip comes close to the rib. It's actually toning and strengthening that side of your body, building awareness on that deep core level rather than the superficial core level. That strength of water. Shifting over to the other side. Use that exhale, straighten down. And that inhale as we shift the weight onto the right. Find length, press down through that leg. And the same thing, little exhales. Finding that pelvic floor, maybe lifting along with everything. And this feels really weird and really irrelevant, but toning these little tiny muscles is amazing for building overall core strength. If you're interested, I guess a toned appearance, but most importantly, that stability and that extra stability when we're doing other activities. Amazing. Exhale, coming back down. We're going to move to the bottom of the mat. Still in the warm-up now. Lying on our back. Knees over hips. And just tuck your chin slightly backwards as if you have like a tennis ball or an apple underneath your chin. Draw the core down towards the floor. Pressing the low back down if possible. Take the hands up and protract the shoulders. And so you're lifting those shoulders off the ground, but trying to keep the wrists and the shoulders in line. And just hold here. This should feel like work. If you're super, super, super ready for a challenge, you can start circling one knee without the hip falling out. So the hip stays in the same place. And you're circling one knee and then the other. If this is nice and easy, sucking those ribs down to the ground, you can circle one leg. Tiny circles, keeping the hips really, really nice and parallel with the ceiling. Swapping over, don't worry, taking a break when you need one. Just bringing awareness and some heat to the core before we start working. Take an inhale, and an exhale, bring it all down. And just lie on your back. Bring your heels just outside the buttocks. And knock your knees together. Take a great big inhale into your chest. Exhale, flatten the back onto the floor. And you should feel some heat already in the body. And we're just going to practice our rolling ocean breath. So I want you to engage with this at the level you feel comfortable. So if you don't want to do silly faces and silly noises, that's fine. Just breathe deeply. So I want you to inhale fully through the nostrils. Feel your nostrils flare as you drink the air in. And as you exhale through the mouth, like you're trying to fog a window. Twice more, inhale through the nose, drinking that air in. Exhale. Last time, inhaling in through the nostrils, flaring those nostrils, feeling the air in the throat, feeling the chest and the tummy open and rise, spreading that back across the floor with the inhale. And then as you exhale, this time we're going to try and make that same ha constriction in the throat, but it's going to go through the nose. So inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling last time and exhaling. And now come back to a less effortful breath, but see if you can remain listening to that kind of slightly Darth Vader-y or ocean sounding noise of the breath. If that's not something that you're accessing at the moment, don't worry, but just keep breathing deep and fully, drinking in that air and letting the body relax into a state of fuller attention to where you are right now. This class is going to be all about that sense of moving with your body, with your breath. Amazing. Take an inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, bend your knees into your chest. Inhale, sweep all the way up to a seated position. From our seated position at the front of your mat, we're just going to do a little bit of stretching into the sides of the bodies. So with an inhale, reach both hands up. And with an exhale, take both hands over to either knee, it doesn't matter which one. And with the very last of the exhale, let the head come down. Inhale, lift up slightly, lead with the ribcage in the back, lifting towards the floor. And exhale, flop to the side, empty the body. Last of the exhale brings the forehead down towards the knee. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, folding. If you're finding it hard to sit in a cross-legged position, you can do the same thing with the knees bent, just inhaling. Lovely. Keep flowing with your breath, just building that awareness. Every last second of the movement is tied in with the breath. A few more times. And then with an inhale, rolling back up to center. With an exhale, grounding through the hip bones, centering here. With an inhale, rolling back, tucking the low belly towards the spine and lifting the feet off the floor. Lovely. With an exhale, bring the knees down towards the ground and open your legs out into a kind of fan. And we're just going to roll from one side, twisting all the way to the other. Inhale to transition. Exhale to find that twist. Inhale to transition. Exhale to find that twist. A few more times. Lovely. I am slowly crawling towards you. Inhale back to the center. Exhale. With an inhale, rolling up to hands and knees, spreading the fingers wide. We're going to do a few circles through the spine. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Again, we're cultivating that awareness, but now I want you to bring some core work into it. So we're going to circle child's pose forward, warming up the wrists. So back into child's pose, exhale, inhale forward, lift the chest, tuck the hips forward, feel the core turn on. Exhale down. 2 more circles on the side. Inhale, stretch, challenge yourself. Exhale back, relax the head and neck. Inhale forward, lift through the chest. Exhale back, same thing on the other side. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. A few more. Really feeling, adding any funky movements. Stay in a position for a little bit longer if you're really feeling the need to stretch there. And then when you're ready, coming back to tabletop for our final movement before we begin our flow. So taking a tabletop position, and we're going to go through 2 of the positions that we are going to do in our flow. But in our flow, you'll have the option to do them in downward dog. Whereas in the warm-up, we're going to do them on the hands and knees. If you're opting for a more chill class today, then doing it on the hands and knees is something you can do while we're flowing as well. So with an inhale, I want you to press the ground away, draw the belly in. So you're in a nice flat back position with active arms and legs, spreading the fingers wide, shoulders stacked over wrists, knees stacked under hips. Take an inhale, lift your left leg off the floor, try and keep the weight evenly balanced. You're going to bend your knee to a 90-degree angle. You're just going to take circles with that knee. And then maybe touch the other knee and circle it all the way around. And then back the other way. Feeling those clunky areas. And then if you want to, you can start to open the hips up a little bit more, coming onto the fingertips. And just feel how that movement feels in the body. Swapping over to the other side, again, circles. Firstly, keeping everything nice and square, even weight through the hands. And then propping up onto the fingertips. Lovely. 90-degree angle in the legs. And exhale, bring it down. Spread those fingers wide. Take a break on the wrists if you need to. Shake them out. And then we're going to come in to do a slightly different movement. We're going to inhale, kick back with the foot, flex the foot, engage the glute. Exhale, drop in the core, press through the ground, knee to elbow or knee to wrist. Inhale up, kick out, exhale in. Last time, inhale, kick out, exhale in. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, kick out through the heel. Exhale in. Inhale, kick out through the heel. Exhale in. Last time, kick out, really activate, push that heel away. Hips stay parallel. And draw it in. Coming back to a tabletop, take a really big exhale and inhale. Check back in, maybe close the eyes. And then push back off the floor, sit back onto the heels. And we're going to stand to start our flow. So coming to the front of the mat to start the flow. Toes together, heels slightly apart. And we're going to start with some Surya Namaskara A. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. We're going to build in some extra cues, some extra movements to really make them nice and juicy so we can play with flowing like water. So on an inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Stretch through the fingertips. Option to bring the palms together. Exhale, fold forward, hips up, allow the back to fold and relax. And then we're going to inhale, actually roll up one more time, feeling the spine is like water. Take the knees over the toes, hips over the toes, lifting through the rib cage, and then folding back down. We actually are going to do that one more time. So as we inhale up, lead, lifting the rib cage towards the ceiling, knees start to bend forward over the toes, then followed by hips, lifting through the chest, opening through the heart, and exhale, folding down, then releasing out that low back. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, place the hands down, hop, step or jump back into a plank position. Find a strong plank here, shoulders over wrists, spread fingers wide. Scoop and tuck the hips towards the backs of the triceps and push out through the heels. Strong. Exhale, everybody lower the knees down to the ground. Lower the chest down. And then as we inhale, I want you to roll or snake forward. So I want you to lift up through the chest, press the hips down and lift. And then we're going to move like water. So as we exhale, lowering down. As we inhale, full deep breath, lifting, blooming through the heart. Exhale. Keep that core tucked up towards the belly button, lifting through the back muscles. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift, keep the chin tucked. You don't need the chin or the nose jutting out. Exhale. Down. Last time, inhale up. Feel the body. Exhale, down. As we inhale, just lift your ribcage off the floor. So we're ready. We're sucking the ribcage up and in, pushing the ground away. And then come all the way up, keeping the core engaged. And roll back onto or into your first downward dog of the day. Maybe your knees are bent at the moment, maybe your heels lifted. Just slowly with an inhale, lifting the weight slightly forward with an exhale, bending the knees, sinking back. We're just beginning to work into stretching those hamstrings. And then we can make this movement slightly bigger. So as we inhale, lift slightly forward, feel the shoulders moving towards the wrists. As we exhale, bending the buttocks down towards the heels. Keep the core on, keep the belly button sucking up towards the sky, and feel this rolling movement. Good, if this feels good, you can start taking this into the more circular motion we were doing in the downward, in the child's pose earlier. So exhaling back, feeling that flow like water, sending the body forward, exhaling back, and then maybe going the other way, waving the body through these movements, leading maybe with the glutes, maybe circling through the toes. Move in a way that feels good and keep breathing deep. Lovely. Inhale back to a central position into your downward dog. Take a breath here. And if you feel like that was enough from you for the moment, you can come down to child's pose and we'll just move through another vinyasa and meet you there. Otherwise, joining me in stepping forward. Inhale, lifting and lengthening, half fold. Exhale, pull the body down, release everything, empty the lungs. Inhale, roll up through the spine. Again, you can do that little wave of movement. Coming back to a nice, settled, even posture. And again, inhale, sweep through the hands. Feeling like you're cutting through water with the hands. Every movement full of intention. Exhale, fold forward, release the head and neck. Oh, breathe out. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Draw that ribcage up towards the ceiling slightly and lengthen the neck by drawing the shoulders back into their sockets. Exhale, press the hands down, hop or step back to your plank position. Take a breath here and then lowering down again, squeeze the legs in together and move as a unit, knees down, hips forward, chest down. Inhale, roll through the spine. This time to a little cobra, point the toes. And then maybe rolling through the shoulders slightly. Using that inhale to find a little sneaky movement if your low back allows. Again, notice I'm not pushing it to my extreme here. I'm keeping the elbows bent. Maybe this takes us all the way to up dog. Exhale, tuck the chin. Again, draw the ribcage in. If you're on the floor, pressing up onto your knees. And then everyone rolling back. So arching through the back, tucking the chin, and leading yourself all the way up into downward dog. Now we're going to do some of those leg circles we were doing earlier. So if you want to do those on hands and knees, that's fine. Or we can do them up in the air. So with an inhale, lifting the right leg, taking it all the way out and round as far as in a circle as you can, and then brushing it over to the opposite side of your mat. So over to the left of your mat, and then bending the knees as you send your hips away from your right side, stretching into that whole side of your body. Inhale, sweep that leg all the way up, and exhale it down. Swapping over to the left, inhale, circle with the left all the way out and round, and then behind your right foot onto the right side of your mat, bending the knees, taking the hips over, pushing into that left hand, and then using an inhale to sweep it all the way up, all the way around, and down. Once more each side, inhale, right leg up. Come onto the tippy toes of the left, circle all the way through, sweep it behind onto the left side, bend the knees. Inhale, sweep it all the way up, and exhale here. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg lines up, all the way around. Exhale, bend. Inhale, sweep that leg up. Exhale, settle it down. Inhale, gaze forward, hop, step or jump your feet to the front of the mat or stay in child's pose ready for the next downward dog. Exhale here. Inhale, sweep all the way up, rolling up, lifting your hands to the side. Exhale, rounding down. One more Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, sweep your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, flow forward. You should be feeling the movement, the rhythm in your body now. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold, breathe deep. Exhale, place those hands on the floor, hop or step back to your plank position. Find that strength in the plank, take a breath here. Use that exhale to engage the legs, hook the hips, press through the hands. Exhale, knees down, chest down. Inhale, roll through the body, maybe into a baby cobra, maybe into a full up dog. If you're in your baby cobra, exhaling the chest down and then using an inhale to tuck the ribs up towards the ceiling as you press the ground away onto your knees. If you're in your up dog, then joining me, tucking the chin, lifting, pressing through your hands, rolling that ribcage up towards the ceiling, rolling those hips up towards the ceiling, and coming into your downward dog. We're going to do some tiger curls now. So again, these can be done on the knees, just like we did in the warm-up, or spreading the fingers wide, spreading the feet wide, pressing evenly through the hands. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, curl that leg. And rather than just curling it towards the back of the arm, I want you to curl it into the chest and take that chest really super high towards the ceiling, as if you're trying to jump over a hurdle in between your hands and feet. And then circle that knee all the way down to the wrist. And then with an inhale, circle it all the way back up. Biggest range of movement you can to straighten it up. Exhale, curl it forward. Down to the wrist. Inhale, lift it up. And here, straightening out. One more time, exhale, curl it forward. Down to the wrist, inhale, lift it up. Straighten out. Exhale, bend the right knee open and keep the right shoulders parallel. So you're opening the right side of your body. I can do it this side for you. And then as you want to, just like we transitioned weight when we were doing the circles on our knees, we're going to lift onto the fingertips of the hand and slowly stack the left shoulder over the left wrist and use that flowing motion to open the heart to the ceiling. With an exhale, take the bum down to the ground and bend into the right knee. With an inhale, use the core, power up, press through the legs, lift, stack that shoulder back over the wrist, open. These are all options. You can stay at whatever level you want to. Exhale down. Maybe you're just in downward dog. Maybe you're just doing tiger curls. Maybe you're just opening the wrist, opening the hip in downward dog. Exhale down. One more of these intense lifts as we lift up for those of you that have joined me here. And then slowly and strongly flipping the dog back over, grounding the hands and lifting that leg up to the sky. Take an inhale. And exhale super slowly, again like swimming through water, heavy water, lowering that right leg to the ground. Take an inhale here. Take an exhale, bring the knees down for a moment. Take the weight out of the wrists. And take a moment to ground, backs of hands on the shins. Inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears, circle them back and round. We're going to do that same quite intense flow on the other side. Remember that this can be done on the knees, and if it is done on the knees, it looks a little bit like this. Still great for the core. You can even open it up. Lovely. So when we're ready, with some mindful intention, exhale, plant those hands on the floor. Inhale. Roll that. Imagine circling with the ribcage. Inhale, lift that left leg. Again, exhale, draw it into the chest, roll it forward, keep it high. And then it comes in a full arc down to the wrist. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Try and open the heart slightly here. Inhale up. Exhale forward, last time. Slower is stronger. Inhale up. Straighten that leg and lift it to the sky. Take a break for a moment. And then with an exhale, open that hip up. Keeping the shoulders square to start with. Breathing, opening through that hip, lifting that knee towards the ceiling. Engaging the core so your back doesn't feel the strain. And then super slowly, if you would like to, stacking shoulder over wrist. Feeling yourself turning onto your back for a wild thing. Again, we're going to exhale, glutes down to the ground. Inhale, sweeping up, opening and arcing. Twice more, exhale down. Inhale up. This is really strong, so don't worry if this is too much for you. Last time, exhale down. This time as we inhale up, lifting that foot, coming back to a three-legged dog, foot in the ceiling. Foot in the ceiling? Hope not. Foot to the sky. And then exhale, super slowly, bringing it down. Breathing here. Again, we're going to roll that weight forward with intention, with the breath, rolling forward. And then bringing the knees to the ground. Exhaling all the way, sitting onto the heels. Taking a break for a moment. Lovely. Coming back to the breath. So we've got another 3 flows just like that to do, but this time with lunges in. If you'd like to leave the class here, you've done an amazing job. Maybe go rewatch the start of this video to warm down a little bit, or one of the other cooling videos. If you're joining me, I'm going to start with a little bit of an arm balance, risque, and then we're going to move into our last few flows. They'll be a little bit quicker pace, a little bit more sweaty, and then it's relaxation. Okay. So when you're ready, hello arm balance. We're going to use this rolling, swinging, distributing weight forward to bring us into a kind of bunny hop. We're going to practice that bunny hop to build confidence so that over time handstands don't seem so scary. So when you're ready, spreading those fingers wide, tucking the toes, coming into that loaded little crouch position that we roll to from downward dog, but maybe the hands are a little closer than they normally are. We're going to just start by shifting the weight, finding shoulders over wrists, and then coming back. And then if you'd like to, taking the feet off the floor, and trying to take your heels to your buttocks while drawing that rib cage in. So notice I'm not just lunging forward with my chest. My chest stays as if the back of my spine is trying to reach towards the wall behind me. And I'm kicking through my feet. Do a few of those, and then when you're finished, exhale round. And I just want you to rotate through the hands, breathe deep. Maybe moving nicely through the body, maybe creating some kind of water flowing movements, trying not to hit yourself, but moving in as many directions as possible with the wrists. Lovely. And bringing it back down to downward dog, walking it forward. Taking an inhale here, lifting and lengthening. And exhaling, releasing. Rolling yourself up super slowly, pressing the feet into the ground. Letting the hands follow, lifting to the ceiling, feeling energized, spread the fingers. And exhale, release. Feeling the weight in the feet. Coming back to this moment now. Now we're moving on to the final part of our flow. Coming to the front of the mat. Bending the knees. We're going to come into chair pose. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift through the hands. Exhale, draw the ribs in. And we're just going to play with this little oscillation here. So exhale, draw the ribs in, reach the hands forward. Inhale, open the hands out to the Y. Lift the heart, tuck the chin slightly. Exhaling, reaching forward, drawing the ribs backwards, keeping those knees bent, sending the knees behind the toes. Inhale. Twice more. Inhale, opening. This time as we exhale, folding the body, diving all the way forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine, long straight spine if you can. Exhale, place the hands down, shift the weight into the hands and maybe take a moment up on the toes. Maybe even pushing into the hands enough to lift the toes and jump back. Exhaling, lowering down into your chaturanga position. Heart forward. Inhale, lift, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, take the right leg up, sweep it up. Exhale, just like we were before, drawing that knee into the chest, rolling forward, but this time the foot comes beside the right hand. Take an inhale, sweep, lift the weight forward, reaching, 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 and then arching all the way up. As we exhale, we're going to do the same thing, reaching forward, taking the weight out of that back foot. And the chest is going to continue that forward motion. So as we bring the hands to the ground, we're going to lean forward. The knee's going to stay into the chest. We're going to lower as we stretch the leg out and lift back up. Don't worry if that seemed a little bit crazy to you. We're going to practice it on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, draw it in. Press it down. Coming up into a lunge, reaching forward. Opening the heart for a moment, then exhale, keep the core on, reach forward. And then as we bring the hands down, our chest follows that circular motion. We bend the elbows, bring the foot down. Lift up to up dog on the inhale. And down to downward on the exhale. Breathe here for a moment, spread the fingers wide, ground down towards the earth. We'll practice that again in our next round. Inhale, gaze forward, maybe practice a few of those bunny hops, or just step to the front of your mat. Lift and lengthen for a moment. Exhale, release down. Inhale, sweep up to that chair. Feel the glutes engage, press into the floor with the feet. And then release for the exhale. And again, chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands up, draw the ribcage in slightly. This time we're going to do a little subtle twist. So we're going to take the left hand down to the right knee and reach the right hand backwards, opening. On the inhale, exhale, bring it back to the center, keeping that left hand on the knee. Inhale, open out, follow up with the gaze. Trying to keep the knees even. One more time. Inhale, open out. And back to the center, crossing over the hands, swapping to the other side. So we're lifting, opening as we inhale through the left hand this side, and coming back in. Inhale, open up. Keep that crouch there, I'm lifting out of it already. Exhale, big inhale. And exhale, bring it back to center, cross over the knees, grab hold of the back of the knees, lift and lengthen forward. So you're pressing your hamstring backwards and you're lifting your heart forward. And then exhale, release, drop those hands down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, step back or jump back into your plank position, lowering down to your chaturanga your way. Inhale, lift through the chest, up dog or cobra. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, stretch it up. Again, exactly the same, rolling forward, keeping it high. As we exhale, plant the right foot by the right wrist. This time turning the back foot into 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep up to warrior A. Hands remain apart. Exhale, sweep forward. Not all the way down. Inhale, lift all the way up. This time, palms come together. Thumbs come to the back of the neck. Lift the elbows. Lift the heart. Breathe in. Exhale down. Sweep it all the way back with the hands. Last time, feel that waving motion. Inhale, lift. Hands together. Exhale down. This time, same movement. Keep that circle going. As we plant the hands, the chest comes forward. The knee stretches out as we lower down. Straighten up. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Can you tell I've done this twice today? Whew. Okay, same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, make that big circle. Step it all the way forward. Turning that back foot to 45 degrees. Inhale, so reach forward. Exhale down. Twice more. This time, inhale, reach forward. Palms come together, feeling that connection. Tuning into the fingertips touching one another. Send the elbows up and back. Exhale down. Inhale, last time, reaching up and forwards. Exhaling back, thumb comes into the neck. Exhale down, again, big circle, hands come down, but chest completes the circle as we lower it forward. Inhale, lift through chest. Exhale, again, tap the chin, roll up the spine. Into downward dog. This is a great time to take a rest if that's what you want to do. I do not blame you. I'm here with you doing this, and it's not easy. Keep breathing. Come back to that rolling ocean breath if you can. You are strong enough. This is where that awareness of what your body can really, truly do can be overcome by your chattering mind. So let that mind chatter ease. Don't judge yourself. You are amazing. Your body is amazing. There's just one more round if you want to do it. If not, child's pose away, my dears. When you're ready, making your way to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen for a moment. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, bend the knees, hips towards the ground, lifting the hands. Exhale, release. One more round, and then we're coming down to the floor to begin our relaxation. You can do this. When you're ready, this is going to be a kind of quirky chair pose. We're going to exhale down. As we inhale, we're going to press up onto the toes, reach forward and up, straighten out, hips forward, belly locks in, ribcage in. Exhale down. And then once we get really good at this, which I'm not, we can start taking it in different directions. Maybe opening it to the side. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Maybe taking it all the way into a circle. Oh, lovely. Just having fun with sweeping up. Finding the movement when you're ready. Exhale back to a central position. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Again, this time stepping back into that plank position. Lower into your chaturanga your way. Use the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift to up dog. Exhale, roll, tuck the chin, roll through the spine. Down dog. Inhale, drink that inhale in, it's the energy. Lifting the right leg. Exhale, squeezing that knee and stepping it forward. This time turning the side of your foot all the way in line with the short edge of your mat. We're going to inhale, sweep up to warrior two. I'll do it this way with you. Take an exhale here, and then inhale, sweep all the way over into reverse warrior. Exhale, come back. Bring the elbow down towards the thigh, lift the top hand over. Inhale up. We're going to do a few cartwheel hands like this. If you'd like to, you can even brush the floor. Moving with the breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. The key bit here is your core is working so that you don't collapse down. You're not falling down suddenly, you're slowly taking it down. Inhale up. If you're feeling really super daring, you can exhale onto one foot. A kind of taste of half moon. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. That might be something that's fun to try. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. And then when you're ready, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the ground. Take that foot back. Lower down your way. Inhale, lift through the chest. Up dog. Exhale, roll through the spine. Down dog. Same thing on the other side, lifting that left leg. Exhale, squeezing it through, stepping it forward. Cupping the back foot round. Sweeping up to your warrior. Warrior two, I'll do it with you. Inhale, lifting that front hand. Exhale, sweeping it down, elbow to knee. And then move at your level. Maybe you're brushing the floor with your fingertips. Move with your breath, slower maybe. Slowing down that breath. And then when you're ready, inhale all the way up. Maybe you're trying those hops to half moon. You inhale forward, exhale down. It's the down that is the challenge. See if you can keep those hips open and square and place your foot on the floor with the exhale. Super slowly, super connected. Lovely. When you're ready, cartwheel the hands down to the ground, but listen carefully. Taking your hands down, I want you to lift that back foot and hover it off the ground. Option here to do your handstand, or option to make your way back to your plank pose and child's pose. If you're handstanding, then use this as an opportunity to spring off your leg and play with hitting your handstand. Take a few more breaths there, remembering to push through the ground, suck the ribcage back up into the torso. And keep that gaze moving forward, not so your neck is cramped, but so you're gazing forward. Also, remember to breathe. So much better. Okay, when you're ready, exhale, everyone coming back into their plank, bringing their knees down, taking a big inhale, and exhale, melting back into your child's pose. Inhale, rolling up super gently. Exhale, draw the right knee into the chest, and then place the knee between the hands, bringing the heel of the right foot into your groin, coming into pigeon. Take an inhale here, roll up, lift, and an exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up, wave the body up. Exhale down. Lovely. When you're ready, take an exhale, fold to one side, reaching the opposite hand towards that side. Inhale, lift up, swapping over, reaching, say the left hand towards the right, rolling up, and swapping over. Coming back on an inhale to the center, and swapping legs. Exhale, push the ground away, lift. Inhale, straighten out, lengthen into your plank. Exhale, swapping over, left knee comes down to between the hands, heel into the groin. Take an inhale and an exhale. And again, exactly the same thing, rolling through the spine, even rolling those shoulder blades back towards one another as you inhale up, and letting them fall forward as you exhale down. Taking a few side stretches if that feels good. Just moving in an intuitive way that feels amazing for you. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, roll back just so that you open your legs into a wide shape towards the long edge of your mat. Lovely. You can bend the knees here if your hamstrings are a little bit short. Take an inhale, roll up onto the sit bones, and an exhale, reach forward. And as you inhale, I want you to lift the ribcage towards the ceiling. As you exhale, heart towards the floor. Toes are drawing back towards the hip sockets. And actually you feel that your whole legs are activating, drawing backwards, anchoring you back. But as you inhale, your heart is reaching up. And as you exhale, you're grounding down. A few more breaths here. Inhale, roll all the way up. And sweep the legs round so you're facing the front of your mat again. Lovely. 2 more poses and then we are done. You've got this. Bringing that awareness back deeper into the body, changing the music if it's too upbeat to something that is slower and calmer. We are beginning to restore balance, to bring that energy back down again, to nourish ourselves, to rest. With a little bit of work, just a little bit of work first. With an inhale, reach up. With an exhale, we're going to draw the low belly in, slowly roll the body down, keep reaching up, so that the legs come off the floor. Take them all the way up and over, into a shoulder stand. And then exhale, roll down. Legs come down so the core can lift you up into a forward fold. We're going to do 3 more of those. So we're forward folding. As we inhale, exhale, roll back into a dish shape. All the way over as we inhale into a plow pose. And then exhale, back down. Use the core to slow the legs, reach forward. And exhale. Maybe we only need to do 1 more. It depends how quick you are. Again, exhaling back, lifting up and over. And inhaling up, exhaling forward. Inhale, Coming back to a seated position, exhale, slowly lower down this time, coming to lie on the floor. Take the heels underneath the buttocks, in the same line as the buttocks. We're going to do a bridge pose to finish. Opening the hands out, lifting the hips, drawing up, waving them up towards the sky. Exhale, roll down vertebra by vertebra. Feeling that release, every last drop of the exhale emptied out as you find the floor. Inhale again, lifting the hips, rolling up. Exhaling, grounding down, releasing to the floor. Emptying the lungs, finding that moment of rest. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Amazing. Gently bring those knees into the chest. Rolling the low back side to side. Giving yourself a squeeze, bring that chin up towards the knees, squeezing here. And then with an exhale, releasing the body out to your Shavasana. A few sighs, a few deep breaths, just letting everything go. You've worked super hard today. Let your face relax. Let your eyes grow heavy. With every exhale, feeling like you're surrendering a little more into gravity. Grounding down, relaxing down into the mat. Feeling supported. And letting the inhale and the exhale roll like waves across your body. The inhale rising, filling, taking in everything you need. The exhale grounding, feeling all of the body parts that are connected to the floor. Feeling supported. And taking a few more minutes here just to breathe. Just to enjoy. You are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. And there is nothing else for you to do but breathe. So you can just let that happen. Inhale the rise of the chest. Exhale. Grounding, letting go, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you can even picture the waves lapping on a shore. When you're ready, you can wake yourself up in whatever way feels good for you. Maybe taking a few stretches, maybe rolling onto your side and curling up into a ball. But stay in relaxation as long as it feels good for you. Or as long as this world permits before you have to go and do anything else. This is the value in your practice. We practice yoga to find stillness. If you would like to make any donations for the classes you've taken, you can do so via PayPal.